Welcome back. Today we're exploring a question I get all the time. How are physics and biology actually connected? And even more specifically, how does the human body sense frequencies in its environment and translate those signals into biological responses? So this is the fascinating part. It's not metaphysics. It's developmental biology, neurology, fascia, electromagnetism, and perception science converging in one place. If you stay with me through this video, you'll understand how your nervous system is fundamentally electrical, how your fascia acts as a liquid crystalline antenna, how cells listen to frequency and geometry, and why learning to work with these mechanisms trains both healing and psi abilities. Let's start by dissolving the false boundary between physics and biology. So you are electrical first and chemical second. When most people think biology, they actually think chemistry, signals, hormones, neurotransmitters, but that's just the slower layer. Your body is fundamentally electromagnetic and bioelectric before it is chemical. Every cell maintains a voltage gradient, a difference in charge between inside and outside. This voltage does three things. It defines identity, the pattern that tells a cell what it is. It determines behavior, which is growth, repair, migration, and it coordinates fields. That's how tissues communicate non-locally within the body. Your heart produces a measurable electromagnetic field strong enough to be recorded several feet away. Your brain produces oscillating electrical patterns that shift perception and attention. Your fascia, the connective tissue network, conducts electricity at a higher speed than neurons. This foundation is why the body responds to frequency, because the body is frequency. So the biofield is not mystical. It's actually an information layer. The term biofield gets thrown around a lot, but in physiology, it simply means the sum of your electrical, magnetic, mechanical, and quantum level signaling patterns. Nothing supernatural, just multiple forms of physics happening at different layers at the same time. Your connective tissue, for example, is piezoelectric, meaning it generates electrical charge when it's stretched or compressed. Every movement you make, every breath you take, every shift in emotional tone changes your electrical field instantaneously. This is why intention changes physiology. Think about that again. Intention changes physiology. Okay? Posture changes thought. Say it again. Posture changes thought. Breath changes electrical stability. And this is why people can learn psi through mechanisms, not belief. Your system is constantly broadcasting and receiving subtle electromagnetic shifts. The question is not whether the field exists. It's whether you've trained yourself to perceive it. Okay, so we have sensors we didn't learn about in school. This is the heart of the question the doctor asks. What are the biological and anatomical mechanisms that recognize frequencies and transmit them into the organism as stimuli? There are four main ones. Mechanosensitive ion channels is the first. These are proteins that open or close based on vibration, tension, pressure, or electromagnetic fields. These regulate heartbeat, they coordinate balance, they govern proprioception, and they respond to external vibration, including subtle fields. These channels effectively decode frequency into electrical signals. Second one, the connective tissue matrix, which is your fascia. As an antenna, fascia is your antenna. It is a liquid crystalline network with semiconductor properties. It conducts charge, stores information, transmits signals faster than nerves, and extends through the entire body as one continuous sheet. When an external frequency interacts with this matrix, fascia resonates and sends that resonance straight into the nervous system. This is one reason your own TK work or PK work stabilizes when your fascia is engaged. Then we have the heart's electromagnetic coherence. Your heart is a frequency detector. It entrains to rhythmic fields, emotional tone, proximity, and another person's coherence level. Heart-brain synchronization is one of the fastest ways humans sense another person's state or a change in their field. This is the same mechanism you use when entering the field of another person and receiving a feeling that feels like a bug zapper or a magnetic pull. And then there's the neural oscillation network. Your brain operates in rhythm bands. You're probably familiar with these, delta, theta, alpha, right? External frequency can entrain internal oscillation, a process known as frequency following neural entrainment or resonance coupling. This is the neurological basis for why tones like 438 hertz or 528 hertz can shift your emotion, perception, or coherence. Taken together, all of these four things can form the biological apparatus for frequency recognition. Your body is always listening. So here's the next part. Cells read vibration as instruction. So when a frequency enters the system, mechanical, acoustical, electromagnetic, emotional, the body doesn't treat it as abstract information. It treats it as instruction. And here's how the translation goes. Frequency changes the membrane voltage. Membrane voltage determines which genes activate or silence. Gene expression alters protein production. Proteins change cell behavior. Cell behavior changes tissue state. Tissue state becomes perception, physiology, and emotion. This is why sound healing works. This is why breath work works. This is why posture and geometry shape consciousness. This is how psi training works, because changing the field changes the voltage, and changing the voltage changes the organism. So, psi is not supernatural. It's sensitivity plus coherence. When people train telekinesis or field perception, they imagine it as something outside of physiology, but the exact same mechanisms are involved. Mechanosensitive channels, fascia, conductivity, microelectrical shifts cross-hemispheric synchronization, attention-driven voltage changes. In our workshops together, when Anna demonstrates hands-on TK and I stabilize movement with geometry, what you're seeing is not magic. It's nervous system precision amplified through field coupling. Psi is just perception plus coherence plus electrical sensitivity, and healing uses the same architecture. That's why these two domains feel so connected, because they are. So that leads us into your body is a frequency instrument. To answer the question fully, physics and biology meet in the human bioelectric field. Your body recognizes frequencies because it is built out of voltage, rhythm, charge, and resonance. And once you understand these mechanisms, you can train them for healing, for perception, and for mastery of your own life. If this kind of work calls to you, subscribe, share this, and stay tuned. There's so much more coming.